Good morning, life science students. Mr. Eaton here. It's Monday morning, and I know I'm a day ahead of time, but we're getting into week 7 of our semester, our summer session here. And with only 10 weeks in the session, we have 4 weeks left. You should be looking at, if you're keeping a pace, yes, it's a self-paced class, and I keep having to remind people, while it's self-paced, that does not mean no pace. And it does not mean to wait until the last week or two to get everything dumped in. Because part of the reasoning for turning things in on a routine, regular schedule, even though it's a longer schedule than a normal class would be, is because you need the feedback. If you're not going to get feedback, you're not going to grow, you're not going to learn. And part of this is you're building a database of knowledge that is to supplement and to support any ministry you do, whether it's at home raising your own children, which is a very important ministry, both for mothers and fathers, or if you're going to end up working in intense ministries such as human trafficking, saving young men and women or young boys and girls from human trafficking, if you're going to be involved overseas in missions, if you're going to be involved in urban missions or rural missions or any kind of outreach, if you're going to become a pastor, if you're going to become a Christian teacher, you're going to be dealing with knowledge. You're going to need data. You're going to need to understand where the world is in order to be able to reach out and minister to it with the words of God. And so that's why you need the feedback. You need to pay attention. You need to be turning your work in. Now, I did send some notes and emails out last week, and I hope you are going to be responding to those because I need to hear back from those of you who have not responded yet at all in class. Quite a few of you have posted your personal introductions in the community posts, and that's great. And I've tried to respond to all of you. And I've even carried on some really interesting conversations with several of you and hope to do some more of that here in the coming weeks. But right now, you really need to bear down and take a look at, first of all, the term paper, which is be coming up. It'll be due at the end of the 10th week. You can turn it in any time prior to that, yes, but you do need to have lessons 6 and 7 and even lesson 8 under your belt before you do. But you should be looking at online resources. If you have access to the library in Chicago, or if you have access to a local library, it's good to go looking in the library, especially at periodicals, current periodicals. But these days, I'm finding that most of us are doing most of our research online. So we really have to be diligent and we have to be discerning in the information we're pulling up as to its validity, its efficacy, and its accuracy. So be aware of that as you're doing your research. But if you decide to do the journal, the special project digital journal, please let me know. It's a wonderful project. It's a fun idea. It does take a little bit of footwork because you have to work with the media, the medium, either PowerPoint or Keynote or even iMovie if you have access to that, and putting your journal together and then turning it in at the end. And I have a full explanation of it up on the announcements. It was 2 weeks ago, I think, or yeah, 2 weeks ago, I believe I put that announcement up. So you can go back and look at that. But please do be aware of these things. Keep in mind the time schedule. Get in touch with me if you have not contacted me at all. If you haven't put your introduction up yet, yeah, it's awfully late, but do it, please, because it is 5 extra points on your final total. So you want to make sure you have that in there. I have more, and I'll be putting more of that in writing here along with this. But God bless. Have a wonderful week. I hope you all had a good weekend. I'm looking forward to the upcoming 4th, but we've got some family things going on. And so I'll be talking to you more this week. God bless, and I'll talk to you soon.